Hello everyone, my name is MJ Kim. I have been living in Canada almost 12 years since I moved out from the States. And then today I want to talk about after retire as a first generation of landed immigrant, and then how will you make your retirement fund, and then how will you make you efficiency to get a good level to be retired. Unlike Korean retirement system in Canada, most people they decide to retire as a their choice. So, for example, if somebody wants to retire at age 60, you can start to get your Canadian pension plan at age 60, and it's a 30% reduction compared to retire at age 65, and then age 65 as 100%. If they decide to retire at age 70, and they will get 30% more. So at 65 and your old age security. So for example, in Canada, they have a three different type of retirement fund, which is old age security. As a if you reside in Canada for 40 years, you'll receive the 100%. And that's Canadian pension plan. That if you work in Canada for 40 years, also you can get a maximum. And then if you are contributing RRSP or RSP from the company, and then also you can get another the private pension plan. At age 65, you will receive RSP pension, and that you also, beside the OAS and CPP, you will also get paid the RSP pension by monthly. And then when you reach at age 71, and then that RSP pension will be converted to RRIF. At age 71, you will receive your pension as a lump sum payment without paying tax with a certain bracket. If you are withdraw your RRIF more than you're supposed to, and then you have an obligation to pay your tax. If you really want to withdraw the RRSP tax, and then also you have a pre-tax withholding tax rate as a 5,000 10%, as a 15,000 as 30 as a up to 30%, except Quebec. If you want to know how much your Canadian pension has been accumulated as of today's date, and then you must to contribute your Canadian pension plan minimum 10 years. After that, you can see the estimate Canadian pension plan if you retire as of today's date, and then you will see how much you will get it. And then when you retire at 60 and 65 and 70, they will give you some simulations. And then you can also go to the My Service Canada .gc.ca. As you can see the Canadian pension breakdown table, and then you will see how much you will receive at age 65 based on January 2019 is $723.89. And also this is if you are disabled, you can get up to $1,000. And also as a survivor pension benefit and 65 years and older, and you receive $310.59. Also the death benefit for the funeral cost is around $2,300. You can see all the breakdown and maximum payment amount. As your RSP pension grows, and you have an option to invest your RSP as a mutual fund, and one is a principal guaranteed the GIS plan. Its interest is only between 1 and 2, but it's not grow that much. And after 7 years elapsed, and then you only get like 20% in altogether from your principal. And then some balance plan is like 6-7% as an average, and they will have like 7 years to get double. And then if you have some like US fund or Canadian fund, like aggressive fund, and then that's a high risk plan. And then right now is their performance is between 16 to 23%. And that if it as long as it's going well for 7 years, and it's no negative, and it's keep maintaining like 20%, and then it could be a quadruple after 7 years. For to calculate the RSP, the contribution room is based on your previous gross income of 18%. You can see from Canada Revenue Agency's notice of assessment from last year, and also if you didn't contribute the RSPs, it has been accumulating since you create your income. So, for example, for myself, and I've been working in Canada for 12 years, and then um, since I landed in Canada, and then my room is growing. It's almost 100,000. So if I consider to contribute 85,000 this year, that will be deducted from my total gross income. So I have a low income this year because whatever I put in the RSPs, as it will be deducted from your total income of the year. So if I have three kids under 18, and I will have probably maximum child tax benefit. That is a good investment. As you can see from the table, it's almost over 25% return rate. So whatever, if I contribute 80,000, and then 25% will be returned as of my previous year's tax return. If you decide to return your tax by yourself, and you don't have to go to H1 block, and such as the tax return the helping center, and you can buy and install the TurboTax program. Also, you will see the RSP optimization. So how much you can buy based on your the RSP rooms, and then they will show or guide you how much you can purchase your the RSP for this year. So usually you can contribute your RSPs with the tax deduction from last year and then up to the February 29th of this year, 2020. For the Canadian resident who commute to the United States as a commuter, and then they have income from the United States, and then they first things that they report to the tax in the Internal Revenue Services first, and then they get the tax transcript from IRS, and then they bring it over and convert to the Canadian dollars, and then it will be a Canadian income. So if they purchase the U.S. TurboTax and Canadian TurboTax, they can also file together and optimize the international income. Though I'm not a tax professional, so I want to emphasize that if you are able to do your tax return by yourself, that is a beneficial way to optimize your the tax return. I used to download the IRS individual tax return the booklet from the IRS website, and also the if you are go to the Canadian post office, and you will also pick up the individual tax return T1 assessment, and also you purchase the TurboTax for both countries, because I also used to work in the States and live in Canada, so I have to do this process before. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and then I will give you best my answer. Also, I will just give you references to understand it. Thank you very much.